Right, last weekend we sold a car, so we're going to sell another car. Instead of putting the big suspension on this one, I'm just going to get rid of it. And lucky enough, there's a guy at work who wants it. So we are making it good, I suppose. I transferred the insurance over from the one I've sold to this one. Took this one for an MOT this morning. I checked everything over, as you normally do. Checked all the lights, all your ball joints and that sort of stuff, and it's fine. So I was quite surprised. I mean, it passed. But then it says, suspension arm ball joint dust cover severely deteriorated offside front. Okay, so this near side, that's the offside. Now, this might be a bit technical for you, but this is the front. Let me show you the ball joint. Alright, that's the ball joint there. So they're talking about this rubber bit just here. Does that look severely deteriorated to you? Doesn't look too bad to me. Look at the other side. Again. And zoom in a bit. Does that look severely deteriorated to you? Fucking chances. So the problem is that the guy who used to work there knew I was, knew that I fixed cars. So they knew that doesn't matter what the issue was on the car, I would take it away and fix it, bring it back in. So I've got a feeling it's just he's left and they're chancing their arm trying to get work, because there's no fucking way that is severely deteriorated. The front tyres, it said cracking, splitting. And I checked all the sidewalls and there's nothing, but there is these sort of little marks right there. So, you know, it didn't fail on them, but looking at it, I'm wondering if it needs adjustment or something. That one definitely does need doing. I'm presuming then that I throw myself on the floor. Sorry, you're upside down there. Oh God, I don't know which way up you were. Oh yeah, makes no sense. Yeah, a little bit there. But I mean, they didn't. Alright, don't fall and smash me in the face. They didn't fail it on that, so it's fine. The other issues were windscreen wiper blades defective front, because they were smearing, but I did actually tell them there were new ones in the boot. If they needed doing, then do them, but they didn't bother. They just wrote it down. Yeah, the original tyres on the back. That was the, bear with me. That was on the rear, near side. Continental, so good tyres, decent grip, but I mean that is a very winter-based pattern. But the one that was on the offside rear kept going flat, but it was the slowest punch you've ever known. I mean, last weekend I pumped up to 32, and I checked it this weekend and it was 31.5. So it was slow, but it's still a puncher. So I did a little check and found out it was the valve that was leaking. So on the way back from the MOT, got to fit a new valve, so that should be good. I can go on the rear. And what I might do is, because those ones, the original ones, are cracked, I might actually stick the old rears on the front, because I've actually put slightly wider ones on the rear already, because they were already leaking. It'll certainly be an entertaining drive, because they are Toyo Proxys T1Rs, and they're very good in the summer, but terrible in the winter, and they're winter tyres. So yeah, a bit of a mismatch front and back, but tyres are tyres, and they should be quite good quality, to be honest. I sort of give it away a bit. But yeah, that's got a split. But surprisingly, yeah, it didn't fail. So there, 155 is what you're supposed to have on this particular model, Passion. This is supposed to have 155s on the front and 175s on the rear. And what I've done is I've put the rears on the front, and these are from a previous project I had where I had 195s around. So we've got 195s in the back, 175s in the front, give you a little bit more grip. So that's that list completed. I'm still confused about the suspension arm ball joint dust cover. It's really deteriorated because, as you see, it wasn't. But what is annoying is, for the website, last weekend, somebody had said to me, I need to change the ball joint on my 451. I thought, oh, I don't think I've actually done that. So I bought a new ball joint and a second-hand A-arm, or control arm, or wishbone, whatever you want to call it, and did a guide for fitting it. And now I actually do need to fit, well, you don't, but I was quite surprised. At what point did they start becoming clear? They've always been black. I also did a guide for changing the bush, but I only bought one because I only needed one to do a guide. So I can't put this A-arm on that car because that bush is fucked. That's not healthy at all. So I thought I was going to have to buy another one of those and then do that next weekend, but after checking that, we don't see the issue. So I'm going to leave that on. If it comes up as a failure next year, I'll just tend to bring it down there and we'll fix it. But yeah, it drove all right. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm going to have to order that. I'm going to order some of those struts. I keep forgetting to do that. Apart from that, it drove actually okay. The brakes were a bit poor, but it had been sitting around for almost a year doing nothing. On the EVs, you can press the brake and accelerate at the same time, but this just doesn't like it. As soon as you push the brake, it doesn't really want to accelerate, so you can't really clean the pads or the discs. So I do need to reinstall the footwell block. There's also a cover for the battery as well. Yeah, for battery terminal. So I've got to put that on. I'm not even going to bother trying to clean that. Grant, you can sort that out once you've bought it. But yeah, apart from that, it's actually all right. Apart from the colour. It's fine. I changed the wipers while they were doing... I changed the wipers while they were changing the dodgy valve in there that I actually didn't need to do because I didn't put them on the car. Annoyingly. Yeah, they certainly have smeared the glass a bit. Anyway, you might remember many months ago, I used this car to demonstrate fitting better speakers. And they did say, if you're interested, I would do a more expensive version, so even better speakers than that, because they were like 40-50 quid like that. So including replacing the Bosch Highline stereo, which is a piece of shit, although this one's still working, but God knows how long. And that speaker over there is still the standard one. And depending on how much time I've got, an under-seat subwoofer. It's just a bit silly for me to have all this stuff waiting around. You know, it's all there. There's definitely a stereo around here somewhere. Oh, there you go. To go in a 451 and then not just put it in there anyway. So I might as well do that. But that'd be a different video, because otherwise this one's going to get a bit confusing. So there you go. MOT completed, sold.